Hello guys, in today's part I'll be covering the last entry module, and that is the Extreme POI Mitigation. So without further ado, let me dive in. And to this chart, we can clearly see that price right here has taken out the major inducement. Also, we can clearly see additional liquidity here being taken out, and after that then price retraces back exactly right here. You can see after taking the major inducement exactly here and an additional sell side liquidity, it reversed back, breaking past our swing point. And we said once you see such a pattern, then that's a valid break of structure to the upside. So let me mark that real quick. Right here, this one here is a valid break of structure right here to the upside. This one here became the swing point after price took out this inducement. I mean, after price took out this major inducement, that's when that became a swing point. Meaning now, since price has now reversed and broke past that swing point, then that's a valid break of structure to the upside. This means then we are currently in a new trading range, with that one being the low of the range, and currently the high is that one. I cannot confirm the high if the major inducement is yet taken out. So right now, after identifying the trading range, obviously the next step is marking or identifying the major inducement. Right now, I can clearly see this one here is the major inducement in our trading range. So right now, I'll be waiting for price to retrace and take this before I confirm the swing high. So right now, let me run price and see what price eventually unfolds. Alright, so price is actually consolidating, heading alright, exactly right here. We can clearly see a sweep, and price created a dragonfly doji candle, signifying that the sellers have stepped in with a good force. And this means now, because we said once the inducement is swept, broken, or price just takes out the inducement, that's a confirmed swing point right there. You can clearly see here. So right here, price, you can see price swept the inducement, and not just the inducement, but a major inducement. So this one here is a confirmed swing point, meaning if price now reverses right here after sweeping the inducement, if price now reverses and breaks past that, then that's a valid break of structure. We said that once the inducement is swept, the inducement is a call liquidity. Once the inducement is swept and price gives out or confirms that buying momentum, you can take that trade and target the external liquidity. And right here we can see a sweep, and this one here is our sweeping candle low, meaning that low needs to be protected for we to confirm or for we to still be in this sweep. So right now, since price has created this dragonfly doji, I want a candle of bullish momentum to confirm or to get into that trade. So let me run price. Alright, the sweep then gets the sweep gets invalidated because price eventually broke past that low. So right now, it's the right moment or the perfect moment to mark the order flows and the order blocks. But we usually start with the order flows because the order flows are primary. And by the way, this here is the low of our trading range. This one here is the low of our trading range, and this one here is the high of our trading range. This means now I can take the fib tool, and drag it from the low to the high right here, just to see like where price has retraced or what percentage of the trading range has price retraced. And right now we can clearly see price has retraced past the equilibrium. You are already past the equilibrium, meaning we are on the discount, a very perfect moment or a very perfect place to take the buys from. All right, so right now let's mark the order flows, and exactly right here I can see the extreme order flow, which is already mitigated. And let me change this color to something good. Yeah, right here you can see the extreme is mitigated. Coming up to this next one, it's also mitigated exactly right here. I can see another order flow right here at the top of this, which is also mitigated. Right here you can see this is a value pullback exactly right there, and it's also mitigated. And we said that this order flow that comes before the major inducement, we usually ignore this. We usually don't mark that because it's an automatic SMT. Right now, since all our order flows in our trading range are all mitigated, Now we are only left with the secondary option, which is obviously the order blocks. All right, so we start obviously on the extreme, and let me change the color of this rectangle to something visible. All right, exactly like this. So now right here on the extreme, we usually mark the candle on the extreme of each. I mean, sometimes they can be a pullback on that order flow, but in this case, since this here is the extreme and is the only candle right there on that extreme that is associated with the fair value gap, then that's the order block right there. Coming up on the next order flow, on the extreme of it, we can clearly see right here another candle. So that's there. That's the candle that I'm actually talking about. And right here on this other order flow, the candle associated with the fair value gap is that one, and we can clearly see it's already mitigated, so invalid. And the one that comes before the inducement, I usually don't care about that because it's an automatic SMT. So right now in our range, I only have two valid order blocks. The first order block is the one that comes right after the major inducement, which we said is called the decisional order block. And the one on the extreme, obviously, the one that is the other one, or the second one that is valid and the most highly probability, that is the extreme order block. So right now, I'll be waiting for price to mitigate the extreme, oh, I mean the decisional order block. By the way, I forgot one thing, the engineering liquidity. We say the engineering liquidity, just like inducement, is a core liquidity and should never be ignored if available on a trading range. So right now, where's the engineering liquidity? We can clearly see our trading range is giving us order blocks as the valid POIs. So obviously the engineering liquidity will be right there because that's the valid pullback low right before the extreme POI, which in our case is an order block. So this one here will be the engineering liquidity. Exactly right there. All right, so this is the decisional, and if I see a reaction from the decisional, then that's a perfect buy. And also we can see another confirmation right here. This one here, we are currently in the discount zone, and we usually buy in discount and sell in premium. So right now, since we are currently bullish, we usually buy in discount, and we are currently, you can see here below the equilibrium, meaning discount. So this, I mean this decisional POI mitigation, it's valid, as well as the engineering liquidity sweep, as well as the extreme POI mitigation. So right now we have three entry modules we are looking forward for. All right, so let me get rid of this trash, and then all right, let me run price and see what price unfolds. Exactly right here, price mitigated the decisional order block right here. Price mitigated the decisional order block, showcased that the buyers have stepped in and even went further, giving us another big body bullish candle, confirming the buying momentum. So this is the perfect moment to take a buy right there, and stop loss below here, a few pips below here, and target profit, obviously the external liquidity, exactly right here. And so right now, let me run price and see what price does. And by the way, the decisional order block is 50-50, is a 50-50 zone. And if it fails now, we'll be left with this extreme order block, which now is the highest probability, meaning if it fails, then price will be looking forward to change bias. That's the reason as to why the extreme order block is the one that is the highest probability. We have gotten a good reaction from it, and I'm in because price has given that buying momentum that I was looking forward for. But then later you can see price right here is heading onto my SL, and right now the decisional POI failed. We said the decisional POI is 50-50, it can work out or fail, and in this case it did fail. So right now that entry module is done. We can clearly see here the engineering liquidity. This candle just swept the engineering liquidity very perfectly right there, with this one here being the low of the sweep. And right now I'm just waiting for this candle to close bullish before I confirm that buy. Right now I'm just waiting for that candle to close bullish before I confirm that buying momentum. Alright, so right now let's see if that candle closes with a good body size before I actually step in. But eventually we can clearly see that candle is not closing the way I wanted it. And all right, and the law of our sweep gets violated, so this engineering liquidity sweep is no more valid. So right now the only entry module that I am left is actually the Extreme POI Mitigation, which is the valid entry module. So right now I'll be looking forward to be, the highest probability entry module. So right now I'm just waiting for mitigation from here, get a reaction, I'll get a rejection, and then enter with a good buying momentum. All right, so right now running price has just mitigated. Right here you can see it has created a bearish harami showing indecision in the market, and right now I'll just be waiting for one candle with good body size that is bullish, and I will enter into the trade. All right, so right now, and right there I got the candle. This here is the candle with a good momentum to the upside. Right there, after the indecision is done, stop loss below here, a few pips below there, and target profit, of course, the external liquidity, exactly right here. So right now let me run price and see what price unfolds. All right, and as you can see, price is actually heading onto our direction or onto our favor. So let's see what price eventually uh hit. All right, exactly right here you can see price is heading very nice into our favor, and right now I'm just hoping the price will eventually, exactly right here, price made it out to the external liquidity, and this is the last entry module and the highest probability entry module, the Extreme POI Mitigation. Something to note, I have not shifted to any other time frame. I have showcased the rejection, I have marked the POIs, everything on the same time frame. And for those who are asking like what time frame am I using, like this is an entry module. It happens like it's valid in every time frame that you use, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 15, 5, 3, 1. All of those are like works every, like in every time frame, and yeah, you can apply them in every time frame. So actually these are the entry modules, and this is the last entry module, the fourth entry module. So on the next part I'll be showcasing the same entry modules but now using top down analysis. So if you've yet to subscribe into the channel and like the video, and see you in the next part.